Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is the game of the week on MLB The Show. It's the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. Well, Singy's trying to match the stellar performance by yesterday's starter. Looking forward to seeing what he's got today.
His teammate was lights out, Boog, in total command all game long. If he brings that same intensity again, these hitters are in for a long day.
First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go. And today's starting pitcher, Tomoyuki Sagano.
Well, it hasn't been a great year so far in terms of ERA, but he's had some decent games, and there have been some flashes of greatness, if you will. We'll see today if he's able to get ahead of hitters and perhaps get some swings and misses, put himself in a position to bring that ERA down, because you know in the back of his mind, beyond the W, he wants to have a better earned run average.
And a ball evens the count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Now here is Joseph Ortiz. The 1-1 is fouled off. And that skips into there. 1 out, base is empty. Next offering down in the dirt. Popped up. Drifts towards it. And there's 2 down. Let's take a look at our lineup. And a key factor for this club in that leadoff spot, Sal Frelick.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Bounce it off, still 1-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And he's in there. It's a first inning double.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. So next it's the Brewers cleanup hitter, Andrew Vaughn. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Out of here! That's one way to quiet the crowd. It's his 6th home run of the season. The Brewers score first. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Base is empty with 2 away. Next for the Brewers, William Contreras. Ball to strike. That one missing inside.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
That one missed.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now.
And there's ball 4.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted at first base with a quick free pass.
This is Bryce Terang. 2 outs. And a 2-1 hammered but foul. And that's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
Here's the left fielder, Jackson Chourio. Just missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
In the dirt. Up the middle. Loves it on the dive. And that's a nice play to end the inning.
Making it look easy at the keystone position. Definitely worth another look. He'll get some high fives when he gets into the dugout.
Back here with my pal Siggy. Today's starting pitcher, Jacob Mizorowski. Chris, he's got the ability to take control of a game when he's out there.
Well, incredible mound presence, and he's going to attack hitters. Look at that strikeout per 9 ratio over 10 coming into this start. So he's a pitcher that wants the ball. He's aggressive. He knows that he can get the swing and miss, especially when he needs it most. We'll see how effective he is in this one.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Let's go, showtime.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Aaron Judge at the plate. Outside. And the count's even at 2. Judge waits. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
That one fouled off. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Runner at first with 2 away. And up next for Chicago, Vinny Pasquantino. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. It's his 8th home run of the year. It's 2-2.
Elevated fastballs, especially away, are like putting the ball on a tee. Hitters do a lot of cage work. They're comfortable hitting off the tees, and he was comfortable right there hitting that ball opposite field for a home run.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Oka will hit next. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the 2nd game of the series. Just off the outside corner. And now it's 3-2. Line drive, base hit. And that extends the inning.
Batting fifth, the second baseman.
And now the rookie second baseman. Swings through that one for strike 2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Back here at Wrigley Field, digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Blake Perkins.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
That misses. And now 3-1. Kenny Jansen doing home plate duties in this one.
Not a huge strike zone from Jansen, so he can't really be called a pitcher's umpire, but he does like the bottom part of the strike zone. We may see some pitchers steal a few strikes down there, especially the ones right below the knees. That's if their catcher can present it properly.
Batting nine, the shortstop.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, David Hamilton. Sagano ready to fire now. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal the base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Man at second. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
He gave up a couple of runs in the first. His offense picked him up. It's time for him to settle in now and throw up some zeros on that scoreboard.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. He goes down looking.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Now it's the right fielder, Sal Frelick. High in the air, out to right. Judge is there. Brings it in. 2 down.
Up next for Milwaukee, the third baseman, Joseph Ortiz.
Next for Milwaukee, Joseph Ortiz. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the runner takes off. Hit on the ground to short. Witt over to first. Third out. Brewers strand one. Score remains 2-2. We head to the bottom of the second. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. So we'll see what the former batting champ can do here, Chris. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting in, the center fielder, Ichiro Suzuki.
Digging in, Ichiro Suzuki. He's going to finish with a new career high in stolen bases, Chris. Witt on at first, nobody out. And that one missing low.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
Pop up here, third base side. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down.
Man, he just couldn't lay off right there. Those high fastballs, they just look really good because they're eye level, but they're just about impossible to get the barrel to.
Next offering upstairs.
You know, he's been a tough out for a good stretch now. Pitchers just haven't been able to figure him out. He's been doing a really good job of getting on base as well.
Over to first, and he's saved. Runner on the move. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. And misses inside.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Runner on the go again. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
So the lineup flips over. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
2 on, 1 out. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Kicks and deals. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
And they're all loaded up.
Now that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate.
How many times have we seen an early at-bat change the course of the game? It happens every night in baseball, and maybe it happens again here.
There's a strike.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. That missed by a lot. And the count is 2-2.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Got him. Huge strikeout there. Hideki Matsui, the next Cub to hit.
Now batting.
It's early, but these at-bats can impact the game just as much as they do later. Here's a chance to set the tone early for your team.
The 1-1. Next offering misses down and away.
Big, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
This one is blasted. A no-doubter. Grand slam. His second homer of this series. It's 6-2. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. One big swing, and that turns the tables on this one. And when you come to the plate with the bases loaded and you've got some pop, you know it's hard not to think about the chance to hit a grand slam. And that can be a trap sometimes, but not right here. He sees the opportunity, put a great swing on it, and now they're working with the lead.
Vinny Pasquantino, the next to hit. High fly ball out towards left center. Perkins on his way over. Brings it in. And that's the inning. On the north side of Chicago, John Shelby and Chris Singleton. Here's Yelich at the dish.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left. Well, these Brewers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well. Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Liner snagged it first.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Andrew Vaughn up now for the Brewers. This guy makes great contact. One of the best in the game at putting bat on ball.
He's got such quick hands, and he's gaining pitch recognition. That keeps him square to the plate. There's a good chance that his bat stays in the zone a long time, and that produces solid contact consistently.
Vaughn checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. And now it's William Contreras. Two down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
ground ball up the middle. A dive. Nice stop from his knees. The throw. In time. Got it.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle. Diving stop completes the play, and that ends the inning.
Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting.
Tough game for him so far, Boog. Another hit, and they've just been knocking him around through the first 2+. He's got to get things back on track. Maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
So a man at first. Standing in is the power hitting second baseman. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. But when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Runner on the go. In there for strike 3. And that's a stolen base, not even close. So up now for Chicago, Ichiro Suzuki. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. And there's a foul ball.
On the mound, he's got to remember his offense can score a lot. So if he can hit the reset button from here going forward, there's still a chance that his club can win this ball game.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at-bat alive.
And that one misses up and in. And it's 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Man on second, 2 down. This one popped up. He makes the grab, and that ends the inning. So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. On to inning number 4. As we go to the top of the 4th, and here is Bryce Turang. Next offering is in for a strike. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. This one could be trouble. And that's a leadoff double.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Up now for Milwaukee, Jackson Chourio. Man at second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs.
Runner breaks for third. That's in for a strike. The throw, tag, and he's out. Pitch misses there. 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Hit the air left field. Witt on the move. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. Nobody left for Milwaukee. They still trail it here. It's 6-2. Aaron Ashby on to pitch here.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
And we're back. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Seiya Suzuki. Breaking ball misses down and away. Activity in the bullpen for the Brewers. Daniel Palencia. Montero getting loose as well. Next offering popped in the air, right field. And out number 1 on the grab.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here at the bottom of the 4th. The 1-1 is fouled off. And that's down and away. Now with the shift on, hits right into it. Steps on first for the out.
The right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Here is Aaron Judge. He's a guy, Chris's highlights include some of the best throws from the outfield that you will ever see. Definitely one of the best arms of the sport. Swing and a ground ball. Terang over to first in time. That's the 3rd out, inning over. And the Cubs are down in order. They lead it 6-2. Here at Wrigley Field, we go to the top of the 5th. Up now for Milwaukee, David Hamilton. Right through there for a strike.
Yeah, the infielders and the catcher can never give up on a play, because if this guy thinks he has a chance, he's going to throw it from the warning track if he has to.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Boog, if you can set up a good 2-strike splitter with the fastball on the previous pitch, it's going to be so tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
That one lifted to left. Matsui coming on. Makes the grab on the run. 2 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch. On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the 1st, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Hideki Matsui.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Got him. And there's one down.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate.
Now
2 strikes, sort of pitcher hoping for a bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
misses the zone. 2-1.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now batting, third baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. Kazuo Oka, the next Cub to hit. That's down and in. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Frelick running hard to get him. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Close one, doesn't get the call. 3-2 now.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clear
to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Offense held in check there. We're through 5. Back here at the friendly confines. Top of the 6th inning. The 2-2. And down on strikes. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Andrew Vaughn digs in now. Vaughn having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. Out to short. Witt over to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, catcher William Contreras.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the Brewers catcher now, William Contreras. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Late with the swing there.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
Line to left. Matsui snags it, and that is that. And welcome back to the ballpark. Well, we go bottom 6, so up now for Chicago, number 5. The 1-1 is fouled off. What a stop. The throw, nicely done for the out.
The batter, number 7, shortstop Bobby Witt Jr.
And now Bobby Witt Jr. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th.
Witt Jr. is one of only 2 players in AL/NL history to have 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases in each of his first 2 seasons, Boog. The other player, Julio Rodriguez.
1 down, base is empty. That's a little high. And the count is 3-1. That one hit to right. And that will fall. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting, center fielder Ichiro.
So digging in, Ichiro Suzuki. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offensive side for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because There's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Ground ball could be 2. Vaughn tossed to second. Now he launches a throw over his head. Over to first, but he beats it. And he's going to make it up to second base, as that's a 2-base error.
Now batting, the catcher.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki at second with 2 down. Next offering is fouled back. Just missed. Shohei Ohtani waiting to hit for the Cubs. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first, and he held up.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Shohei Ohtani, the next Cub to hit. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
And the next pitch is way outside. Aaron Judge on deck for the Cubs. First and second, 2 down. Fly ball down the line. Freeland makes the play, and that will end the inning. Back here at Wrigley Field, now it's the second baseman, Bryce Turang. The Brewers in striking distance, but have some work to do. Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen.
Now pitching for
Yuki Matsui gets the ball now. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Shortened a bunt and missed it, and the count is 1-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3.
I see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
That misses the zone. It's 2-2. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. One down, base is empty. Lifted in the air, right center field. Sizes this one up. And there's 2 away.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Next for the Brewers, Blake Perkins. The Brewers down by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. And it's fouled away. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. And there's a ball. And it remains 2-2. On the ground to third, James tosses across to first, and Milwaukee is set down in order. Now on the bump, Jared Koenig.
And something to be aware of, the long ball has been a little bit of a problem for him this year.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Right back to him on the mound. Tosses to first, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
And next for the Cubs, Hideki Matsui. We can't forget what he did back in the 2nd. Singy, that was a big swing in this one.
Yeah, grand slam, Boog. Huge moment early on in this one that set him up pretty nicely.
That's a strike. 2-2 now.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
In time, Devon. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
And here's the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. Outside low, and a count 2-1. And that one cutting but missing down low. Kazuo Oka waiting to hit for the Cubs. That one ripped but foul. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. Lifted in the air down the left side. Chourio makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Ready to begin the 8th, and now the shortstop, David Hamilton. Struck him out looking.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
And now here is Sal Frelick. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
Swings and misses. And he strikes out the side here in the 8th.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Now pitching for
Daniel Palencia gets handed the rock out of the pen, ready to make his season debut. Here's the third baseman, Kazuo. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
Turang over to first in time. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Good onside run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
Here's the second baseman. Foul ball there. Hits for average power, the ability to field, the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Chourio under it. Out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop Bobby.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. Fly ball to right. And it falls. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And now Ichiro swinging a ground ball up the middle. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Here comes the manager out of the Cubs dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Yuki Matsui gives way, and as he heads off, we'll step aside.
Now pitching.
So they turn to their closer, Mason Miller.
And he's been fantastic this year. Really stingy in terms of allowing base runners. He's just got great stuff that's tough to square up.
And he blows that one by him at 100. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Man, that slider bearing in your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter, and it just can eat you off, saw you off. Tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Now fly ball to right center. Long run. Got it. Really had to move for that grab. And there's 2 away.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
That one misses in the dirt. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. Next offering is in for a strike. Miller is just 1 strike away. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Ground ball, and this should do it. Throw to first, ball game. And the Cubs take the first 2 games of this series.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon for the next Game of the Week.